My name is Joanna. I have found that most younger, nice, liberated women are simply surprised to discover that we older women, without partners, don't only think about, fantasize about, dream about having more idyllic sex before life ends. But also that some of us pleasure ourselves by masturbating, reading playgirl books and Anderson and watching TV's steamier early morning offerings. Let me give you an encapsulating version of my life story. I'm a widow, 61, live alone and am not employed, but instead consider that I'm perfecting the arts of leisure. My husband died 13 years ago, after we'd married nearly 30 years. We had married when more marriages were common occurrences. I was 19, he was 26. His only prior sexual experience was a single visit to a prostitute shortly before our wedding. I suspect his Air Force buddies encouraged that visit in order that he should not be embarrassed with me, as I had been married at 17, divorced at 18, and had a child. I did not know I had a clitoris, part in my body that gave me so much pleasure, until about 7 or 8 years into my second marriage. Then I decided I must be missing something, so I bought Naughty magazine. After that I quickly learned that I'm multiply orgasmic, and the marriage bed became an even more heavenly arena. When my husband was 48, he had a serious heart attack, and that put an end to our idyllic sex life. He lost all interest in making love with me, became withdrawn, non-communicative, depressed. And from then until his death of disease, 8 years later, my life with him became a hell of frustration and torment. Wanting him, feeling the loss of his wanting me as rejection of me, yet remained faithful to him because I still loved only him, and because I vowed to be in sickness and in health. I know this sounds old-fashioned now, but it was my choice then. I'd been so hurt and embittered by what I had interpreted as his rejection of me, though I now understand more completely what was behind it, that after his death I made a deliberate choice never to allow another man in my life. No more hurt, no more vulnerability, I think. For a dozen years I repressed my sexuality, barricaded out that false aspect of my personality, busied myself with other interests, turned myself into an asexual neuter gender being. Then last spring, something wonderful happened to me. Nature will not forever be denied, so I fell in love. It came as quite a shock to me, since I believed myself immune, to discover that I was strongly attracted to a much younger neighbor, 37, whom until then I considered merely a friend. Instantly it seemed all that desire and passion I'd successfully repressed returned with much force that I became so horny as a 20-year-old. Within months he was offered a better job in another city and moved away. I'm once again permitting myself to be a sexual being, a whole complete woman. Those complacent years when I was half alive, which also reads half dead, are over and never to be repeated. For I do not currently have a partner, I am or consider myself to be sexually active, because I finally mastered the art of masturbation at age 61. And it has given me a fabulous sense of my own worth and my own sexuality. I've never felt better about myself in my life. My sexual fantasies began around the natural age of 10, when an aunt and an older cousin, suspecting that my mother would never tell me the facts of life, took it upon themselves to supply me with True Story and True Profession magazine. Though obtained by today's standards, those publications were tantalizing to me then. They seemed to titillate me with all sorts of hints of future bliss, and I buried myself in their pages for one whole summer vacation, becoming in imagination the leading lady in my favorite stories. Throughout my school years and during my working years, I must have fantasized about dozens of boys and men, fellow students, co-workers, librarians, ministers, teachers, friends, wondering what it would be like to whip them, remaining faithful to one man who I loved at the time. I've had sex with only 3 men. 2 of them my husbands, yet I've by now enjoyed hundreds in my daydreams and fantasies. Lately, though I've never had a sexual experience with a woman, because all my new women friends are younger lesbians, I've begun to fantasize about them, or about some younger woman I may meet through them. Given the handicaps faced by selecting women of my age and finding a suitable male partner, aged, taboo, or married, or gay, or the young woman already dead, I believe a lesbian relationship is a promising option for the older woman, though I shall never lose interest in males. It seems to me the close, loving relationship is what matters, regardless of gender. My daughter is a lesbian, and I've had gay friends whom I don't like, both men and women. So I feel very comfortable in considering an alternative sexual relationship for myself. I wonder how many other women past 60 might be out there fantasizing as I'm doing, or how many may still bear effects of Victorian attitudes of their childhood, which do not permit their imaginations to roam at all, lest they should sin. I wonder